Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. In today's video, I'm doing another St. Patrick's Day polygel nail set, but this time I'm doing them using dual form. So I'm just finding my sizes right here, and I am going to be using my Burano's green polygel kit that I reviewed a few days ago. I will leave a link to that video in the description below if you all want to check out my review on that polygel kit. So I'm just finding my dual form sizes right here. Sometimes this is a bit challenging for me to do, and this is the second time that I am using dual forms. Well, actually it is my third, but I don't remember my first time because that was probably 4 years ago. So as of recently, this has been my second time using dual forms. So finding my sizes is a bit tricky for me. I'm not understanding whether I should go a little larger or a little smaller if I don't get my exact size. But for now, I'm going a tad bit smaller if I don't get my exact size. And sometimes I just pick whatever and hope for the best. So I'm using the French silicones that I used in my last video as well. And I had the same issues that I had the last time, but I still wanted to use them just because I just wanted to see if I could do something a bit differently so that the silicones could stay inside of the dual form, but I couldn't do anything differently. It did not stay in any of the nail tips except the thumbnail. So anyway, on the ring nail I did apply the silicone French, and I'm using this neon green polygel at the tip area of this nail and making my French. This was the first time I used this shade of green from the Burano's Polygel Kit, and what I could say is that it is a pretty green polygel, but you need a few layers in order to reach full opacity. I didn't like the opacity that I got, but I couldn't do anything about it since I am doing the dual form method. So I really couldn't do anything about the opacity that much since I did a French with this polygel. So I had to leave it like that. I tried to do something to get opacity, but it didn't really work the way I wanted it to work. So on the index nail right here, I am doing another French, and as usual, the silicone French did not stick inside of the nail for too long. Eventually it was removed because it just wasn't laying flat and I would have to freestyle the French, and freestyling a French nail isn't that bad, but I prefer using the silicone French in order to start it because you just get a better French nail when you use the silicone. It's just a pity that it doesn't stick inside of the nail so that I can finish the entire French nail like it does on the thumbnail. So I cured that for 30 seconds, and this is the ring nail, I believe. Yes, this is a ring nail, and this is how it looks. It looks good on camera. Looks really good on camera. Now on the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. So I cured for 30 seconds. And the dual form for the ring nail, I was looking at it because I felt like the opacity wasn't good enough. So I decided to apply another bead of the green polygel, and distribute it at the tip area in the shape of the smile line, and it worked, but the nail was looking a bit different as compared to the rest of the nails because I only did it on this nail. I really cannot explain it. It was a subtle difference, but you could tell a difference, you know. So yeah, I cured that for 30 seconds. Now on the ring nail again, I am using the nude polygel. This nude polygel is a Burano's nude polygel that I got in the polygel kit I reviewed a while back. So I'm using that. I just placed a very small bead of the nude polygel a distance away from the cuticle line, and I'm just distributing it across the nail. I don't want it to reach the cuticle line just yet, but when I am ready, I would fade the nude polygel into the cuticle line, and then I would push the rest of the polygel up the nail to cover that section of the nail. Then I would cure for 30 seconds. I'm going to be doing the same thing on the index nail and the thumbnail. So I'm just going to be removing the French silicone from the thumbnail, and I'm applying the nude polygel and distributing that across the nail. Then I just push the polygel up the nail to cover the whole nail bed area, and then I would fade the polygel into the cuticle line of the jewel form and cure that for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to be using this polygel also from Burano. It is a glitter polygel. So I just placed some on my spatula, and I'm applying a tiny bit of the polygel at the cuticle area of the nail. This is the ring nail, I believe, but yeah, I'm doing it to all of the nails. So I just applied a tiny bead of the glitter polygel to the cuticle line, and I'm distributing it at the cuticle area, and then I fade it up the nail a bit, and then I would cure that for 30 seconds. I'm doing that for all of the nails, and I had to go back in and apply another tiny bead just to build the opacity of the glitter polygel on the nail, and cured that as well for 30 seconds. So this is a French ombre nail, and I really wanted to achieve this. I don't know why. I just wanted to achieve it using the dual form method, and I think it turned out really good. So anyway, I did already prep my nails and apply my oud peel off base coat off camera. Now I'm applying my gel base coat to all of the nails, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. And I did forget to apply my sunscreen, so I'm doing that now because my hand is going to be in the lamp often during this video. I need to protect my skin. So on the pinky nail, I am using this beautiful glitter green polygel. So I applied a bead of the green polygel inside of the jewel form, and I'm distributing that inside of the jewel form. Then I placed it on my nail and applied some pressure, and I did apply too much polygel to this nail. So when I applied pressure and cleaned around the cuticle area, the underside of the nail had a lot of the polygel. So I had to try to clean the underside of the nail, And I did remember to search for a dual form clip that they use to hold the polygel together, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I thought this would work, but it didn't. And to think about it, nobody really uses these nail clips on their dual form nails. I don't think I've seen it before. I don't know if I was using it wrong, but I don't think I would be using this ever again. This was my first time attempting to use it, and it just did not work for me. So I'm not going to be using that again. So anyway, I just decided to apply a little more polygel to this nail, and then I applied it to my pinky nail again. Apply pressure and clean around the cuticle area and the underside of the nail. I didn't apply as much polygel as I did before. So I cured for 30 seconds. Now moving on to the ring nail, I applied a bead of the nude polygel to the nail bed area and just distribute it at the nail bed area. And when I'm ready, I would apply the nail tip to my ring nail, apply pressure, clean around the cuticle area and the underside of the nail, and cure for 30 seconds. Now onto the middle nail, I applied a bead of the nude polygel and I'm just distributing it on the nail. So after distributing the polygel in the dual form, I would apply it to the middle nail, apply pressure, and then clean around the cuticle area and the underside of the nail, and cure for 30 seconds. Now moving on to the index nail, I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did on the ring nail. So I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. But if you've reached this far in the video, don't forget to hit the like button below, comment your thoughts on the design, and don't forget to subscribe and share the video. Then moving on to the thumbnail, I'm doing the same thing. So I have done 2 dual form nail sets so far and I think they turned out good. So let me know in the comments below if you all would be interested in me doing some more dual form nail sets, or if you all just prefer the lazy girl method and polygel overlay nail designs. I know lazy girl method and dual forms are practically the same, but for some reason I like the dual form method a little better so far. My mind could change, but for now I like this method a little better, just a little. And when I'm curing the thumbnail, I cure the thumbnail for 120 seconds. Because of the position of the thumb, I prefer to cure it for longer so that I am sure the nail is cured. So now I'm just removing the dual forms, and removing these dual forms are very difficult to do. I always have to use a tweezer to pry the dual forms away from the nail. They make it look so easy on their videos, but it's not that easy. It's very difficult. So as usual, I got a hole in the thumbnail, so I had to use some of the green polygel just to fill up the hole, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. And the pinky nail, I didn't like how translucent it was looking, so I needed to make it more opaque, so I'm applying some of the green glitter polygel on the pinky nail and distributing it. And because I want the surface of the pinky nail to be really smooth, I'm going to be applying the dual form to the pinky nail and curing that for 30 seconds. Now I'm just removing the dual form, and this is how the nail is looking. Now I am using rubbing alcohol to remove the stickiness from the nails, and then I would file the nails to get that crisp shape. And these nails are really curved. I spoke about the curvature of the nails in the last video I did using dual forms. They are really curved. I am getting a tad bit accustomed to how curved the nails are, but they are really curved. So I'm just gonna let this part play out, and I'll be back shortly. So on the middle nail, I am going to be filing the nail into a side French. So I'm just filing off a lot of the middle nail right here, and I'm using my 60/60 grit to do this. And this is how it looks, and I know it looks weird, but trust the process, guys. So the same dual form I used on my middle nail, I'm going to be applying some of the glitter green polygel to that nail in a side French, and make sure you apply it to the side that the side French needs to be on. Don't apply to the other side, because just make sure and place the dual form on your nail so you know which side to apply the green polygel to. Then you would just place the dual form on your nail like I'm doing right here, and make sure it is positioned carefully, and then cure that for 30 seconds. Then I remove the dual form, and this is how it looks. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit of the glitter polygel to the underside of this nail because it just needed a little bit more, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. Now I'm using rubbing alcohol to remove the stickiness, and then I file this nail. So this is how the nails are looking. Now I'm going to be applying gel top coat to all of the nails, and then I would cure for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to be top coating the thumbnail and the underside of the nails and curing for 30 seconds. Next, I am applying cuticle oil to rehydrate my skin and nails. So this is the finished look, guys. Let me know what you think about my St. Patrick's Day nail set using dual forms. I've really grown to like dual forms and I really like how this nail set turned out. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and if you all have any suggestions or any tips and tricks, let me know, because I am a newbie when it comes to dual forms. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.